And we're back. So yeah, we just pop out of there, and now we can finally continue on out of this snowfield, which is actually a relatively small area, as you can now tell. And now we learn what Gloriano really is. It's basically just the name of either the country or the general location that we're at. And here we have the capital of Velweb, finally. Now, once we get here, we get cutscenes. Which capital city is this? 7 Towers. What's 7 Towers? Yeah, where is Diaz anyway? What a bone to pick with this guy. Stealing my girlfriend. Tower of the 7 Dragoons. The throne of the Holy Emperor is underneath. Humans began their liberation. Well, technically, I guess, weren't we just there in Fort Magrad? Almost seems like it was at least formulated there, and all the, the speeches to rile everybody up and get everyone kind of involved in it probably happened there. But anyway, I guess here is where it actually begins. Meru, I think the problem is you don't think enough. However, this is actually a lot of common sense coming from, well, Meru. Yeah, pretty much leave the past behind you. Yeah, we've been to a lot of ruins lately. For a game that preaches, well, preaches is the wrong word, but a game that talks about leaving the past behind, with darts, leaving the past of Lavitz being slain by Lloyd behind to bring him here and not just kill him, to, people telling Meru to leave the past behind, and now us trying to leave the past behind in this city. The game sure does spend a lot of time reveling in ancient ruins, a la the past. So, anyway, that's just kind of odd. But we've reached another area, which means we have more new enemies! More new enemies! And we probably have some here, considering I haven't run into any yet. What do we got? One enemy! Is that it? Ah, well, whatever. I forgot to set up my new party. Oh well. Here we have Succubus. You have a 2% chance of getting a platinum collar to drop from them. Not particularly sure what that does. I think we could buy it in flets, which tells me it's not particularly good. But they can use both stun and bewitch. So kill these things now. It's a Succubus, of course. Oh, that sucked. Of course they're going to have bewitch. Or confusion, one of the two. Bewitch, I guess, makes a little more sense, but yeah. So anyway, one of them falls down. Nothing too interesting yet. Alright, let's continue to run up here and run into another battle. And there we get 2 new enemies. That's better. It's always kind of boring when you only run into, one enemy in a battle. Unless, of course, that's what you're going for. Here we have Terminators and a Witch. The Witch can use magical attacks, and the Terminators can use an all-out attack ability. Well, you can attack for now. At this point, Miranda's learned all of her spells, got all of her Dragoon levels, so now is pretty much the time when she will defend for pretty much the rest of the game, unless she's using that spell. Her Silver Dragon Summon heals everyone and does damage, not to mention she has awesome magic stat. Makes her really, really useful in select situations and completely useless in normal battles. So yeah, these guys, again, they have the all-out attack. If you can avoid that, you should be pretty good to go. Moonstrike is continuing to level up. Might as well guard. And let's see if we can fall the witch too. Burn the witch! Well, no, actually I'm using a rapier to take it down instead of, you know, trying to burn it alive with, say, fire. Oh well, we're getting some pretty good experience here, so that's always nice. Anyway, if we head up through this area here, we get treasure chest with an attack ball. Not particularly useful. Heading up here, we continue this way, we will run into... Well, there's a cutscene there, but let's go over here first. Here we have the other two brothers that the two in the glacier were talking about. I don't know why they're here. These guys are pretty much as good at merchants as Owaka from Final Fantasy X. And that is sad. There are not always customers. It's all about location, don't you know that? What was that, Economics 101? Location, location, location? Or is that, you know, buy or sell in supply and demand? That's the phrase I'm looking for. There are really customers here, and no, it's due to sheer luck, really. Anyway, one sells weapons, one sells items. Yeah, we've seen the bit before. Thank you in advance. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna buy from you. Do you have anything useful? Hey, that's pretty useful. New weapon for Albert, and the weapon that I already got for Mayor in the last area. We get Giganto armor, which we already found. Energy girdle, which gives 50% more SP, which is quite useful, even though the defense and magic defense differences are pretty much negated and negligible. 7 up and 7 down. Woo, or no, 7 up and 3 down. Either way, it's all around better. And here's that Giganto ring I was telling you about. Okay, so it had 22 physical attack and 22 physical defense. My bad, I remembered it wrong. Anyway, you can get those, I think it was from Wildman. Let me check my notes. Yes, 2% drop or 1,000 gil here. Gold. This is not a Final Fantasy game. Anyway, let's check the item shop. Yeah, we already found those two. They're pretty much just as useless as you two. You know, sell a couple of things and be gone. What do you got here? Anything useful? No, not particularly. Well, let's get rid of some of this excess junk here. Burning Wave, don't need that. Gushing Magma, don't need that. Ray of Twister I just got as a random drop. Whenever I don't say what an enemy can drop, pretty much every enemy in this game can drop something, except for bosses. Certain bosses just drop nothing. But most enemies can drop something. It's usually, you know, healing potions, healing fogs, attack items, stuff like that. This is one of the ones I think I got that from... Oh, what was it? The Windy Weasel, probably. They're the only ones that are green elemental in the last area, so... That's probably where I got that. Panic Bell is confused. We picked that up when we got the Armor of Yore there in one of those treasure chests. Again, completely worthless. Poison Needle I will show off. Attack Ball, let's get rid of that. And I have no need for the Magical Shield, or the Magic Shield, but some people may find it useful depending on how you strategize your boss fights. I usually go for the offensive more than the defensive, but I do have some defensive strategies as well. But none of them include this because I'm far too lazy to test it all out, so bye-bye. And yeah. So we got that. Let's do one more cutscene and one more battle, fine. And we have a new enemy, cool. Alright, I found Succubus, I found Terminator and the Witch. Who are these guys? These spring hitters, which leaves only one more enemy left in this area. Cool. I can't read my notes while I'm doing an addition, so I don't know what this guy does yet. Okay, the spring hitters. Oh, right. Gotta kill these guys quickly. They can steal your items. And they can steal either one of your items, or I think it's 50 gold, on a Final Fantasy kick, apparently. I haven't even been playing Final Fantasy recently. It's kind of odd. It's odd in two ways. One, it's odd that I'm not playing a Final Fantasy, and two, it's odd that I'm, you know, confusing it with this game. Alright, let's take him down before he uses an all-out attack on me. Again, usually you try and eliminate the other guys first because they can steal, and that could end up really poorly if they stole something like a, you know, magic signet stone or a speed up, which would be absolutely detrimental, and I would be restarting, you know, back to my last save file in order to get it back. And most of our additions can usually get pretty close to one-shotting as long as we're using characters with some amount of strength. I did intend on switching my party members, but hey, there's great timing. I wanted to switch them, but I kind of wanted to learn that. For Rose, we finally get Dragoon level 5 and learn the Dark Dragoon summon. Basically all the Dragon ones are summoned, so yeah. Anyway. Battery? What kind of battery? I don't see a battery. Aiming at the Tower of Flanville, which, if you recall, was a mobile fortress, a la It Flew. It's like pretty much everything else the Winglies like to do, including themselves. Who are you quoting, Rose? Yeah, why are you saying this? You still cannot tell, so you still won't tell. Think we can find out the reason why you're saying that? No, probably not. Yeah, this time you're actually speaking nonsense. Normally you're one of the more level-headed characters we have. Right now, gibberish. Sheer gibberish. The hero is waiting for us. Okay. Well, that's pretty much all the time I have for this episode of Let's Play Legend of Dragoon. Next time, I will meet you here with a new party, and then we can continue on in search of Emperor Diaz. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.